What's up, everybody? D-Man back. Welcome to a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing another Godzilla vs Kong news and updates. Now, a few days ago, I did a video talking about the IMDB page for Godzilla vs. Kong. I explored the full IMDB page for the movie and tried to see if there was anything that we could learn, and there was some stuff. And so in this video, we're going to kind of be recapping what we learned in that video, but we're also going to be expanding upon it. Starting out, we learned that the movie has a few writers. So it starts out, we have Eric Pearson, who is the Marvel guy. That's what I'm going to call him. He's the Marvel guy. He was a writer for a bunch of Marvel shorts, some TV shows, and Thor Ragnarok most notably. I think that means that Godzilla vs. Kong is going to have quite the influence of that MCU style humor that you either love or hate. I kind of actually, it's a case-by-case basis for me. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it. Oh, you better get used to it because I don't think it's going anywhere. And then the movie also had Max Borenstein work on the screenplay. Max Borenstein is the MonsterVerse guy. He has worked on every movie in the MonsterVerse thus far. And so him being involved in the movie, it does make me happy because without someone who's worked on these movies before, I'd worry that the movie wouldn't be consistent. And that's actually something I don't know why I'm as worried about it as I am, where I'm worried that the movie is going to be so drastically different from the last ones. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about this movie, but something about it makes me nervous that they're gonna almost disregard continuity in a certain sense for some aspects of things, but I don't actually think they're going to if I'm being realistic about it. If I'm taking a look and saying, okay, we've got writers returning from King of the Monsters, we've got the writer Max Borenstein who's worked on all the MonsterVerse films, they're gonna be able to do a good job. Plus the MonsterVerse has been pretty consistent with continuity up to this point, minus Godzilla Awakening. I don't know what it is though that I'm just like, oh my gosh, they might mess it up. It's just some weird anxiety I have about the film. Terry Russo is also working on this movie. Terry Russo's only other Godzilla related experience is Godzilla vs. the Griffin, which he was a writer for, which of course was not a movie that came to be because of reasons. I'm not totally sure, I don't remember, but in 1994, that's when they were going to make it. Godzilla vs. the Griffin wound up turning into the 98 movie once it was changed drastically from Terry Russo's draft, and I know a lot of people really like the story that Terry Russo set forth. I thought it was okay. It's been a lot of years since I visited it, but if I were to check it back out, maybe my opinions would change, maybe I'd love it, but I remember thinking it was just alright. Michael Dougherty, of course, worked on the rewrite as well. He worked on rewriting the movie, so Michael Dougherty coming over from Godzilla 2. Same with Zach Shields, worked on Godzilla 2 as a writer, now he's coming over. Seems like Dougherty and Zach Shields, they're kind of a partnership, they're kind of a duo, so those two stick together. And so yeah, both of them touching this movie as well makes me feel confident that the movie won't disregard the King of the Monsters continuity. And again, I don't know what exactly it is that I'm thinking they're gonna disregard, but something in the back of my head for like ever now has just been telling me that they're gonna forget something, you know, they're gonna mess up Monarch somehow, and obviously they're not, because that's mainly what Michael Dougherty had influence in, was making sure they didn't mess Monarch up. I'm like, oh, they're gonna put my main characters from King of the Monsters as side characters, and they're gonna mess up their character arcs or something, they're gonna make the characters act out of character. I don't know, they could, I guess, but we'll just have to wait and see. There's no indication that that's actually gonna happen. It's just my brain being like, what if? Just so that I have something to worry about, I guess. Alright, we also got that supposed plot. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Did I say supposed? I'm supposed to say supposed. Does that make you feel better, internet? Does it? We got some information on the supposed plot. We don't actually know if this is a real plot or not, but it might be, maybe not. It states that Titans are being manipulated by a rival group to Monarch that wants to wipe out all the Titans, and humans alike, wants to wipe out all life. I'm gonna say that's not Jonah Allen. I know a lot of people will say, no, that's Jonah Allen. That's Jonah Allen. That's a rival group to Monarch. They want to wipe out humans. Yeah, but they also want to wipe out the Titans. It's a conspiracy to wipe out the Titans as well. I've seen some people argue that maybe he just is going after the Alphas because Godzilla ruined things with Ghidorah. I don't think so. The description makes it sound like all life is threatened, and Jonah Allen's not about that. He's an environmentalist. He's not going to go around trying to wipe out all life. He wants life to thrive. He just doesn't want human life to thrive. So no, I don't think it's Jonah Allen. I think it'd be more to do with maybe this new Apex group that we'll talk about later. Apex, whatever the hell it is, we don't actually know yet, but maybe that's the rival group to Monarch that will be bad guys. Most of the cast on IMDb has to do with Monarch, so we're going to see a lot of Monarch characters back. Of course, that's something we've seen a lot through the MonsterVerse. In Godzilla 2014, it wasn't as prevalent because we were just getting introduced to Monarch, so we really only had Serizawa and Graham, other than the few scenes set in Genjuro where we got to see a little bit more of what's going on with the Monarch guys. But again, we didn't really dive into Monarch all that much in that movie. In Kong Skull Island, Monarch was like the driving force behind the movie, despite us only meeting 3 Monarch members, so we didn't actually get to meet a lot of characters from Monarch, but they did drive the plot. And they kind of did in 2014, not nearly to the extent that they do in Kong Skull Island, and especially in Godzilla King of the Monsters when Monarch is the plot. Monarch is the characters we're with. You don't really see any characters outside of Monarch in King of the Monsters. Even G-Team, although it's not technically part of Monarch, it is its own separate organization. They work with Monarch. They're working together. Dr. Chen seemingly is back. We do see that Dr. Chen's assistant is on the cast list, and Zaya Zhang. I'm so sorry to everyone who still is upset about my mispronunciation of her name. Send me a proper way to send it on Twitter so I can hear it. Dr. Chen seemingly is back, which is, I think that makes me happy. I do expect, and I know a lot of other people expect this as well, that Dr. Chen and Kyle Chandler's character, Mark Russell, might have a relationship in this movie. And there's some stuff in the King of the Monsters novelization that supports that theory. And then there's that moment in the movie when they kind of hold hands. I just think that they might potentially be in a relationship going forward in the MonsterVerse. And I'd be okay with that. I hope that Dr. Ling is back as well. This is one thing that I'm kind of worried they're gonna forget about, is the importance of Dr. Chen and Dr. Ling. I think those characters are vastly important, so much so that I almost think that they were underutilized in Godzilla King of the Monsters, and so I'm hoping that in Godzilla vs. Kong, they are more of driving forces behind the movie, and I would like both of them to be. I'm okay with just one of them being, with Dr. Chen being, but I'd ideally like to see both of the characters back. There's a fair number of young people, like kid-ish age, in the cast list as well. I've been speculating, and I've seen some other people say that maybe these are Madison's schoolmates, these mean girls on the cast list. Maybe they're going to be girls that Madison's going to school with. I think that Madison is not going to be in the greatest place mentally going into this movie. I mean, she is going to have to carry around the grieving of her mother dying, but also the weight of the fact that she kind of partook in nearly ending the world. I know it wasn't totally her idea. It wasn't really what she thought was going to happen, but she was still going along with the whole, yeah, we need to wipe out civilization so that the monsters and us can coexist. She just thought that humanity was still going to live, but civilization was going to end. So I think she's going to be dealing with a lot of grief and guilt about that. And if people at school find out about that, she is going to be really harassed for it. Now that does bring up the question, will she actually be in school? I'm not totally sure, because she isn't in school in Godzilla King of the Monsters. She's homeschooled. She's said to be far above her school grade range. So she's like way ahead of where she should be mentally. So she's way smarter than all the kids her age would be. So it'd be weird to have her in school now, but I could see them going that route. And I've seen some people pitch that maybe she's bullied and Julian Dennison's character comes to her, and that's how they kind of meet, is because they're both bullied for different reasons. They kind of become the outcasts together. I think that sounds real gross. Not that that's a bad idea, but I don't really want to waste time on that in a movie called Godzilla vs. Kong. That doesn't sound interesting to me. It could be pulled off well, but it just doesn't sound totally interesting to me. I have had one person comment on my video saying that they were in extra in a scene with Millie Bobby Brown that takes place in a classroom where she is in fact in school, so if you want to take that person's word for it, I don't necessarily, but I'm also not disregarding them. It's a possibility that, yeah, she is in fact in school in this movie. Some actors that were missing from the cast list, and this is sad, it is real sad, is motion capture actors. I believe by this point in the King of the Monsters lineup, I'm pretty certain actually, we knew for a fact that there was motion capture actors behind the monsters, and I think we had the cast information for them. I think we knew it was Jason Lyles, Alan Maxon, Richard Dorton, and TJ Storm, but there's nothing for this movie. We don't know if TJ Storm is back. We don't know if Terry Notary or Toby Kebbell are back playing Kong. We don't know if anyone's back for Kong. Again, if there's any other Titans in the movie, we don't know if they're coming back. In fact, I'm almost certain that they're not at this point. I'm fairly confident that they haven't had any motion capture filming for this movie, and obviously actors like Jason Lyles, Richard Dorton, Alan Maxon are probably not coming back for this movie because there's the big potential that Ghidorah is not going to be in this movie, or if he is going to be in this movie, he's going to have such a small part that it's not going to be worth getting actors to play him, and we'll talk about that in later videos about the return of Ghidorah, but there's a big possibility that they won't be back. But everything I've heard from my insiders kind of suggests to me that they haven't filmed any mocap scenes for the movie, it sounds like they might be doing 100% digital for this, which would make this film the first Godzilla movie to not feature any actor playing Godzilla. This would be the first Godzilla movie to go fully digital. Even the 98 movie had an actor playing Godzilla and playing the babies. And they didn't do motion capture for that movie, but they did other techniques. There was some suit work on that movie, especially with the baby Godzillas. But if this movie doesn't have any motion capture actors, which there are not listed on IMDb, that really bums me out. I think that's going to lose a lot of weight with the monsters. I also think that's going to hurt the movie. I think it's going to be a detriment to the movie in the fans' eyes, because we all like to unite around the actors that play these monsters. And by taking away the actor behind the monster, you take away the monster's personality in a lot of regards. I think that's a huge mistake. So I'm hoping that with the delay of the movie, they will film some mocap scenes with actors, and that way they can do some stuff with that. And for King of the Monsters, they did the same thing as well, where they did film mocap for the movie only a year in advance before the movie came out. So that same thing could happen here. Locations we will see in Godzilla vs. Kong as indicated to us by IMDb. We will definitely see a pier of some sort. We still don't know what's going to happen on that pier, but we will definitely see a pier of some sort. Same with a bar. Again, I don't know why, but I'm just thinking maybe Mark Russell's going to hang out in a bar at some point. Maybe he'll be there because there's a lot of bar members in this movie, bar patrons, bar tenders, all this stuff. And then Hong Kong is definitely going to be in the movie. We know they filmed in Hong Kong, but now we know it's being used as Hong Kong because there's a lot of Hong Kong survivors in the cast list, which means some action scene happens there. We also know that there's going to be a gas station involved in the movie and that there will probably be an action scene there. Something goes down at a gas station. We saw their ugly Storm Chasers Florida van. We also saw that there are stunt doubles for Madison Russell and Julian Dennison's character, which means there's some action happening there that requires stunt doubles to be on set for. We actually do see Millie Bobby Brown in the images of them at the gas station. She has snacks that she will be seeing later on what I presume to be the pier, so maybe that's actually in the movie. Maybe those do carry over, or maybe this takes place after that. I don't know. We also saw a night shoot at a gas station before. There was some video of it online where they drive past the gas station while they're filming. You can't really see anything. It doesn't look like any action scene, but they do have the gas station closed off, and I do believe it's the same gas station that we have pictures of, so it looks like they're going to be there for at least a little bit, and I do think you do see the Storm Chasers van while this video goes on. So something goes down at a gas station between midday to night. It's potential that this Storm Chasers van in this movie will act as something like the Godzilla 2000 characters when they had their little tracking Godzilla system. I don't remember what it's called, but they have their little like Storm Chasers for Godzilla thing going on. We could see something like that, where it's like a Monarch secret undercover vehicle and they're tracking Godzilla from inside the Storm Chasers van. And then finally we learned that something called Apex is going to be involved in the movie. They have lab techs, they have lots of guards, so I'm thinking that this will probably be a rival group to Monarch, and they'll probably be interested in their own something. Maybe they want to wipe out all the Titans. Maybe they just want to wipe out humanity. It could be involved with Jonah Allen. It could not be involved with Jonah Allen. I don't really know what to think of Apex. I've heard a lot of people say Apex will play a huge part in the plot. Now, a lot of these people are talking out of their butts. They really don't know what they're talking about. They're just saying it because that's what they want to believe, or that's what the things they've read online have led them to believe. But as it stands, there's no way to know if any of the leaks online are confirmed or not. In fact, the evidence would suggest that they're not confirmed. So I don't know. I'll leave it to you guys. Let me know down below what you guys think Apex is. Comment, leave your theories. I'll check them out, and then maybe I'll do a video talking about the best Apex theories going forward, about what I think Apex could be, what you guys think Apex is, and we'll discuss all of that good stuff. Thank you guys all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. D-Man, out.